Hey everyone, this is a quick look at one of the smaller sets from the LEGO Star Wars The Last Jedi release wave here. These actually come together in a single package, even though they are microfighters. It's a new thing for this season. It's the A-Wing versus the TIE Silencer. These are both from The Last Jedi, and there will be no spoilers, no plot spoilers in this video, so no worries about that if you have not yet seen the movie. Everything that you see here has already been shown in trailers, and it's cool to get them in such an inexpensive little form that's easy to get. First, I want to cover the TIE Silencer. This is Kylo Ren's personal fighter, kind of half TIE Interceptor, half old Vader's advanced TIE. 100% cool, in my opinion. All the toys that I've seen, and having actually seen it in the movie, not to mention in the trailers, of course. I think that it's a tough one to convert to this small scale because it has a lot of pointiness. It's a very, very sharp design, and the LEGO just doesn't have pieces that are sharp enough at this scale. So I think this doesn't have some of the meanness of the real thing. The overall shaping is trying. They definitely did the best they could with the cockpit there on the front with the red pieces. That's all good. You can't adjust the angles of the wings here. These are already fully in, so they actually stop at that point. That's actually good that you have a place where they just rest naturally, so you don't have to constantly readjust them or worry about, kind of collapsing them on themselves. I think it was pretty good from the back. You see a couple of flick-fire missiles that are on the underside. They're kind of hidden back there, and I think they are appropriately placed, kind of hidden away from most angles. And the actual cockpit area for the figure just has a single printed console piece. This Blue Squadron A-Wing is a specific craft, or represents a specific craft that is featured in the film, and it even has a small little ground maintenance side build, which includes an extra clip for the personal pistol there if you want to store that there, and it has an extra flick-fire missile and also the wrench for doing a little bit of just ground maintenance. That's nice to get a little something extra on the side of such a small and inexpensive set. The shaping of the A-Wing around the sides, around the wings, if you will, kind of the wing sections of it, is really nice. I like all this. It looks a little bit plain in the front to me, but I think it's right. I like the little notch that they got on the front as well, and then you turn it around to the side and around the back. This looks really good to me for a microfighter. Yeah, I feel like they really had a kind of a combination of good luck with the scale and the pieces that are available to make this, and certainly quite a bit of skill to come up with this design. Maybe some folks would be able to come up with something better. I doubt I personally could have. This is just really nice with the angled fins there, and just the amount of detail they got into this small space with the small number of pieces. Of course, flick-fire missiles out at the ends. You can leave those out of the build if you don't want them there, but I think this thing looks really good. This one does not have any printed console. They've got just the tiniest little windscreen, which to me actually really works with the shaping here. I think it's much better to have the one stud wide cheese slope in the trans clear there than it would be to have a 2-stud wide one. This just kind of really accentuates just how small and narrow the single person canopy is on the A-Wing. That's really kind of snug around the pilot's helmet from side to side. Nothing else to see on the underside. No strange colors. A little bit of dark tan there, but I think that looks just fine. Just adds a little extra detail. Even has good shaping from the underside. So this is good. This is really nice. I like it. Of course, they include Kylo Ren to helm his own personal ship, and it's just the most basic version of him. It only comes with the hairpiece, which I think is fine. I think too many of the sets to date that have come with Kylo have only had the helmet, but we've clearly seen him already in the trailers not donning the helmet a number of times, so I think this is the right decision. Too bad that it doesn't have any cloth pieces to go with that. The A-Wing pilot is something special. LEGO always does something really nice with the helmets. This one has just a little bit of mess up on the spray here around the side there, but the design is pretty good, and it's actually based on the real thing, if you will. A little bit of mess up on this side as well. Just I think the mask for the white on that might have shaken just a little bit when they were producing this one. Hopefully most of these will look better. But that is actually a named character. Her name is Tali Lintra. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but it's something like that. And you will see her in the movie if you haven't seen it already. And I think that this will be a very collectible figure. You know, from the original trilogy, there were a lot of, you know, really side and background characters, and especially pilots as well as troopers who were only seen for, you know, a fraction of a second each, that ended up getting turned into figures, you know, toys and display models and things. And some of them got backstory, and, you know, you barely get to see them. You've already seen hints of this in trailers, and you will see more of her, I think, in the movie. I think this will be a character that will be remembered more than many of the ones that we've seen in the past. Really not a spoiler to say that. It's just another pilot, and a good one to get. She also has the alternate face, which I think is really important and good to get, because that's, I think, a little bit more of a familiar look with the visor down. Although I do wish that this could have come with an alternate way to set up a visor on the outside. There's just really no way to do that accurately at this scale with Lego's current pieces, but a raised visor would have been a nice option. And that's just what Kylo Ren looks like with his alternate face. Interesting. So I personally was most looking forward to the TIE Silencer, because I'm a big fan of the TIE Silencer in universe, and I liked the Lego model of it. I like other toys of it, other models of it. I think it's just a really cool, mean looking ship. But now that I have this set in hand, I actually find that to be the single weakest thing in the set. So I'm a little bit down about that. It just kind of let me down. I don't feel like Lego has disappointed me. I just feel like my expectations were high and they were not met. However, this A-Wing is way better than I expected it to be. I really like it for its scale, and the pilot is really good. I do wish that mine had been printed a little bit better. Hopefully most folks will not have the little issues around the edge there with the registration of the mask for the spray of the white. But, you know, even if you don't want to see this pilot as that specific character, that specific named character, it's still just great to get another really nice design of Rebel or Resistance you know, helmet, and also to get another pilot torso and leg, you know, whole entire body piece. So I think it's just useful. I think that this will be collectible, especially for folks who do, you know, want to collect the different named characters. And so this has value, even though, again, the thing that I wanted the most is the thing I like the least. I think that's enough to say about this small set, so I'm going to move on. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again as soon as I can.